What's going on YouTube? And welcome back to another night of Hot Topics and Social Commentary with JoJo Speaks. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. A beautiful 4th of July. So forgive us if you hear any fireworks in the background. You will hear fireworks in the background.
You will.
It had already started here in Columbia, South Carolina. It is quite loud, and I do see the colors reflecting off of the house that's next to us.
It's already going over here as well.
It really is. But yes, a couple things I want you guys to do for us before we get started. Be sure to press that big red subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. It takes less than a second to mash that thing. So go ahead and mash it. We'd also like to see some thumbs up for this video. Leave us your comments. Let us know your thoughts on the topics we're discussing tonight. Make sure you press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Last but not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your friends, family, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. Genesita, how be you, my love?
I was this close to saying Happy New Year, but that's not the right one.
That's not
the
it.
Right one.
No, it is not.
It isn't, and that is what okay.
It is okay. So Jennifer, do you want to talk about politics first, or do you want to get into the BET Awards first?
Let's take care of the politics and get it out the way immediately because I know that I'm going to be bothered by them.
Gotcha. So it has been reported that attorney Rudolph Giuliani has been officially disbarred for his actions following the insurrection and things of that nature. So he will not be practicing law any longer. The man is in his mid to late 80s right now.
So, come on.
Not that it would matter, if he's going to represent anyone in the future, especially after all that he's done here recently. But yeah, that's what it is. Were you surprised by that news, Jennifer?
To be honest, I'm surprised it wasn't done earlier.
Right. Like, what took so long? This court system is slow as molasses, honey. Okay. It takes almost a year to get a trial together.
Something going on.
That's why everybody's pleading these days, because they don't want to, do all that waiting in jail. Okay. So the next topic that I wanted to speak on was the fact that Jennifer and I talked about Donald Trump saying that his mugshot made his support from the African American and Hispanic communities shoot up straight to the sky, go sky high. And he made that statement during a meeting at a barbershop, a Black-owned barbershop in Atlanta. And the barbershop owner has now come out and said that he had no idea that all of that was going on. He had no idea the reason why. Well, he had no idea of what the actual reason of that meeting was. He thought it was just going to be a collective of business owners, encouraging one another and throwing out ideas and things of that nature. But, when you have that black man from Florida that was talking about Jim Crow a couple of weeks ago, I can't remember it, Byron something. I think his last name starts with a D. Anyways, when you have that man sitting in the center, it's on some Republican BS. You know that's what you should expect. But he said that he has lost customers because of it. He said that his business has lost money because of that. What are your thoughts on them tricking him into being okay with Donald Trump, at least his voice, entering the space?
That's exactly what it was, a trick. Like how, and unfortunately, this is how I feel that it happens a lot in those upper echelons in the world.
Yes.
They just do what they want, take over spaces and things of that nature. And a lot of people just don't understand exactly what they're getting themselves into or who they're talking to until the rest of the world has condemned them. So I think it's absolutely disgusting. I really hope and pray that everybody that decided to not patronize his barbershop anymore really gets like a
Gets the truth.
Yeah, the open eye showing that, like, look, I was not a part of this. I did not know this would happen. This is what they did to me.
Right.
And I hope that everybody understands that and, he get back to where they were for sure.
Absolutely. Do we have any comments to get to before we move on to the next topic?
We absolutely do. Dustin said hi at 8:30, 8:23. As soon as I created that link.
Yes.
He's so prompt and on time.
Okay.
Smaller with Aaron D said hello to everyone at 901.
Hey, Aaron.
Hello, Aaron. And Bianca says, "Welcome to JoJo Speaks. We are we're excited to hear your thoughts below. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now let's hear it all. Hear it, y'all." That's what she said.
I'm surprised she didn't say Happy Thursday in that message.
She said, "Happy Tuesday to Dustin, Dustin Butler, and Smiling with Aaron D." I'm sure she's going to correct that real soon. Um,
Robin, hey girl.
Robert is here in the space. She says, "Hi, y'all.
So
Hi
wonderful to
unto
see
you."
you, my ace bone cone in the chat.
Yes. She made sure to say hello to Bianca and Aaron as well as Dustin. And those are our comments.
Absolutely. So, the Supreme Court has ruled that presidents are entitled to immunity from criminal prosecution for official acts committed while in office. Now, I would like to hear some specifics as to what official acts means, because if they're unethical or unlawful acts done in the White House, those acts still need to be prosecuted. If you're doing something wrong, but if it's an official act, I'm thinking they're talking about official duties as presidents, doing things as a president. So I would feel as though Donald Trump's actions concerning his losing the 2020 election would
Yeah.
not would not fall under that umbrella.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they worded it the way that they did,
Yeah.
because I haven't heard any news station saying that this is going to exonerate Donald Trump from his DC federal case.
Yeah,
And
because doesn't that have to do with wait. What's it called? That thing with Stormy.
It has to do with that as well as trying to overturn the election results. That's the main part of the lawsuit in
Okay.
DC, is him taking steps to overturn the election results from 2020. And those are not
I'm very curious
official.
as to what he's out here offering to these people. I'm very curious. I needed to make sure you know. Bianca says, "Now see, I meant Thursday, y'all."
Of course, we know that.
Miss Vernice is in the space.
Hey,
Hello,
Miss
Mother Vernice.
Bernice.
God bless you. Bianca says, "Happy Thursday." Robin and yeah, Robin, her whole name. Robin says, "One can officially unethical. One can be officially unethical, which is
That's very
absolutely
true.
disgusting." She said, "SCOTUS has trashed the country." I
Hmm.
agree and wholeheartedly. There's more hellos to Miss Vernice, and she says hello back. Robin says the Constitution is officially burned to the ground.
Wow. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I don't like it. Um, but one thing that I always have to remember, and that will keep me sane, is that we still have God on the throne.
Absolutely. And that seems to be our only guiding light. So let's use them while we got them.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Jesus. Okay, God
So,
bless.
speaking of politics, the first presidential debate for the 2024 presidential election took place last Thursday while we were actually live. Um, and I have to say that I was saddened, and I felt a
Mm,
sense of worry while watching Joe Biden. Donald Trump on the other end seemed very coherent. Biden actually mentioned the fact that he is a convicted felon. Donald Trump, that just brushed right on off of him. It don't hurt him no how. You know what
Because
I'm
I
saying?
know I'm a convicted felon.
Okay. But Joe did not seem coherent during that debate. He was mumbling over his words, wasn't making too much of any sense, not being able to put coherent sentences together. His speech was very low, whereas we've all heard him at a higher level of a tone. Um, People got worried, and so there is a congressman by the name of Lloyd Doggett, who has been the first Democrat in Congress to call for President Biden to withdraw from the 2024 presidential election, and it worried me. It really did. It was awkward and cringy for me to watch. He did
Mhm.
not seem strong. He did not seem, prepared. He did not seem ready. Um, do you think that Joe Biden is fit to do another 4 years? But the thing is, our only other option at this point, if it's not going to be Joe Biden, is going to be Donald Trump. So,
And this is the stuff
what do
that
you
we all
do?
need to continue to remember. And I want to bring up the point. This is exactly what I was thinking, Mother Vernice. She says, please vote for Biden so that Kamala can run this country and get it back on track.
That's it right there, Miss Vernice. That's it right
That's it.
there.
It's about, yeah, that is concerning, but you got to think about it. He's not up there by himself. There
Right,
is somebody that will come after him that is very much so. She's doing fine. Okay, she's a lot
right,
younger and she's kicking. And she's spry. So yeah, I'd much rather go ahead and vote that way, knowing that there's somebody behind him that I still feel is better than Trump at the end of the day.
right.
Um, Miss Vernice, I need to tell you I love you. I ain't said it in a minute. I love
We
you, Miss
do love you,
Vernice.
Miss Vernice. Absolutely, with all of our hearts. Thank you so much for being here.
Amira says, "Hi everyone." That's a cute little
Hey,
kitten.
Mamir, it's a cute kitty, ain't it? Kitty cat.
Mhm, the
Come
kitty.
on. Jennifer, I
Mhm.
would still remember me telling you that I was not going to buy Beyonce's B-Day album. And you specifically said, just listen to Kitty Cat. Just listen to Kitty Cat. Child, Kitty Cat is my ish, honey.
I'm trying
Yes,
to tell you.
I
Okay.
love that song. And I just have to tell everyone, my disinterest for buying Beyonce's B-Day album was solely because it was only 10 tracks long. And at that time, I
Yeah.
had the thought that if you're not going to give me at least 15 to 16 tracks, I'm not buying it. I'm not giving you my money.
Okay.
But
But
what
I'm
actually got
telling
me
you.
into B Day was watching the Beyonce experience and seeing her
Mm.
perform those songs. I was able to grow a love for all of them. Green Light, Sugar Mama,
Come
Sugar
on.
Mama,
I
honey.
love sugar. I sing Sugar Mama thinking about Tyrone to this day.
Yes, yes, Sugar Mama. Kitty Cat. It's all there. I
And
love
the,
Deja Vu as well.
and go.
Green Light, yeah, that's Green Light.
Green light. That's the one. I'm sorry. Green light. Child. Though she made all those music videos in the Sears portrait studio,
Okay,
I was still okay with it.
when I
All the
tell
way.
you, when I tell you, Freakum Dress is my jam, and I love to watch her perform that. And I actually know the choreography for Freakum Dress. That's how much I love that song. Um, and the fact that she put like those two gay men at the beginning of the video, it shows
Because
you
you know
like
what it is.
right, exactly. Like we know this song is for the girls, honey.
The
Okay, it's
girls.
for the girls. But anyways, any more comments before we move on to the next topic?
Yes, Vernice said, yes, look, Castro ruled his country well into his 90s.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay, and nobody was saying nothing. Bianca says, happy Thursday. These things are it's blowing up out here in these streets.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, whew, happy Thursday to Mamir. Um, Mother Vernice says, I love you guys as well. Um, and she said hi to Mamir. Bianca says, remember to hit that like button, y'all.
Yes.
And Mamir saying hello to everybody. Bianca says, I love Freakum Dress. Wait, hold on. That's not even a note.
Okay.
My bad. I was off. Oh,
Yes, that's it.
oh. There it goes. My bad. I was a little off.
Yes.
I was so excited to sing. And Robin says folks are dismissing the existence of BP Harris.
Absolutely. We don't I don't even equate her in
Excuse
my
me,
equation.
VP. Yeah,
VP, yes.
we're
I
not
don't
thinking about it.
even include her in my thought process of who I'm voting for. And I think that's something that the Democrats should actually push as well. But pushing that means that, it sounds like you don't have much faith in your actual president himself.
True, but then
So,
again, it's like I have faith in him and what's going on, and I believe he'll do his best till he go to glory. People keep on forgetting that there were other presidents that might have been doing worse that still couldn't stand, talk, and stuff like that, and they wives were back in the background running the country without the country knowing. It's
right.
just we just have to keep it real with ourselves, and I understand. I'd rather have somebody whispering to me
Hmm.
facts, truths, and hope than somebody yelling at me falsities, lies, and fraudulency.
Right. Yeah.
You hear how I came up with that on the fly?
Yes, absolutely.
I know
It
you
sound
heard
like
that.
beautiful words.
Thank you. Robin says we also have a permanent government. And Mother Vernice says, sing. Uh, Vernice, she also says she is not as boisterous as Biden was as a VP. This is true.
Agreed. We saw a whole lot more of Biden during the Obama administration than we do with Kamala Harris. Like, the only time I see Kamala Harris is when she's on an interview by herself. I
Exactly.
rarely see her with President Joe Biden nearly as much as he was with Obama during his administration. So I don't know if they're really as much of allies as
Or
they
if they're
claim
doing
to
it on
be,
purpose,
or if they're doing it
what that
right.
is.
It's a little bit confusing,
It is
but
kind of weird.
it is what it is. I don't know. All we have right now is
Because
speculations.
Obama and Biden look like the homies. You hear me?
Look like the homies,
They,
honey.
they,
Okay.
they were together. They were with the
Okay.
same shades on,
Right.
talking, doing silly little skits.
Running together, doing pop-ups at restaurants together, with Joe by his side. Like, you thought that they were the best of friends,
The
like literally the
homies.
homies. So it's so interesting to see the difference now. Like, I've rarely see Kamala Harris, rarely see her.
But then again, it's not
But
like you saw Pence up under Trump all the time as well.
I did not see Pence at all during Trump's administration, not at all. And
Yeah.
to be honest, we really didn't see Bill Clinton and Al Gore together all that
No.
often while President Clinton was president. So Obama and Biden really
They
set a new
started something.
precedent. They set a new
Yeah.
precedent for the relationship between president and vice president. So
Because I think right now it's like they're just back to normal. But I
yeah,
think there was like a true, hey, let me I think Biden was really here for uh Barack Obama.
absolutely. And I think Obama saw his support, um, and um, and he awarded that support. And shout out to that. I believe that's all Obama right there, because if Joe ain't got the if
Oh
Joe
no,
ain't
he
got
said,
the
come on.
permission, if Joe ain't got the permission, he ain't got the permission. Okay,
Oh
Obama
wait.
had to give him the permission to be around, and be all willy nilly like this. Right? Okay, because it really, like, the vice president and president really aren't supposed to spend that much time together because of the fact that if there's some type of attempt on one of their lives, you know what I'm saying? We don't want both of them going out at the same time.
Nah.
So that's typically the reason why we wouldn't see the vice president and president together all that often.
But
But
they were together a
they
lot.
changed the rules, and that's what's up.
Uh,
Trendsetters, honey.
okay. Bianca
Trendsetters.
said 100%. Mother Vernice says Biden was a force by himself. He didn't let you say nothing about Obama. You hear me?
Okay, not a darn thing.
Which is why I can still go back in my YouTubes and look at the vice presidential debate that they had. Literally the whole thing was Biden taking up for President Obama.
Yeah,
I loved it. It was hilarious.
and literally laughing in Paul Ryan's face. Literally
Literally.
laughing in his
Just
face.
marvelous. Robin says VP will be the keynote speaker at this year's International AKA conference in Texas this week. Ooh.
Okay, that's what's up. She's also going to be a speaker at the Essence Festival that is being headlined by Janet Jackson and Usher this year.
One day, Jonathan, we're gonna have to do it.
We're going to have to,
We
because I would
got to
love to
do
go to
it.
that Superdome. And Janet has been headlining for the last, what, 10 years, I think?
Sheesh.
She's been headlining back to back
Why
to back
not?
to back to back.
Okay.
I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? Now, if she's available
Oh,
and y'all got the check,
the
honey,
coins. Okay.
okay, she gonna do it.
I'll be there. And it's I love how she's taking advantage of the fact that she can do it rather than sitting down until she, might want to do it again, and then it's like the time is come and gone. So I think it's wonderful.
Right.
Um, but
Because people
we just got
forget
to
that
do
she
it.
was literally married to a billionaire
She
and
ain't have to do
divorced
nothing.
from a billionaire. And we don't even know what I didn't hear about any type of settlement whatsoever between the two. So I don't know if there actually was, because I don't think that they got married in the United States. So things might
Mm-mm.
be different in another country.
Yeah.
But Janet's good. Okay. She got green. Okay.
Uh, oh gosh, Miss Vernice says, during my time, there were not too many VPs like Biden who stood out. I hear you and
Agreed.
see you. Miss Renee says, "I've been voting since 1975." I forgot Al
Okay,
Gore was
switch it.
vocal too. Yeah, Al
Yes,
Gore. We saw more Al Gore as well.
very much so. Very much
Uh,
so.
Bianca says, "I know that's right." Oh, I'm
Also,
sorry.
our last political topic, Waka Flaka had a show recently, and he told all the Biden supporters to exit stage left. I don't know if he's doing this for clout. I don't know if he's doing this for a spot on the shade room. I don't know what his thought process is. When a lot of times when you can't keep a good woman, that shows really what what your stance on life is. When she's faithful to you, you know what I'm saying, and you still see fit to step out on her. Now, I mean, you know what I'm saying? When those types of things go on, I can't trust your intuition. I can't trust your decision making skills. So it didn't surprise me that he said what he said. But do you have an idea of why he might have done that, Jennifer? Because I don't.
I'm very sure it's for attention. I'm very sure it is. Nothing more, nothing less. The people that need uh uh gimmicks
Hmm.
to be seen are, in my opinion, are some of the lowest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they will also do and say anything, just like Amber Rose. You know how she started to do the whole, vote for Trump and all that stuff. And you know what? For
Yeah.
all we know, she still might not even vote for Trump because it's something that
It's
you do behind the curtain, something that you
right. It's
do
her decision.
personally.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure, it's something else to make sure that that person gets seen.
Because if he wanted to say something about Trump, he really could have easily said something about Trump, but he didn't. So,
Agree.
you don't want to be seen as a Trump supporter, but you're telling Biden supporters to get out your show. It's interesting to see. But, it could be a bait and switch, like, August Alsina pulled. I mean, a couple of years ago, saying that he found a new love and he brought this man on camera with him, and he didn't say anything specifically concerning his actual sexual orientation. He just, put the feelers out there and let y'all feel. Know what I mean? So
Wow.
niggas be doing that.
Miss Vernice said, "I'm so disappointed in him. It was like P. Diddy telling people to hold the vote."
Right. P Diddy's been telling people to vote since yesteryear, since the 2000s. Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
started that campaign in the 2000s. Anyways, so I wanted to mention really quickly one of the stars of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Miss Kiki
Yeah.
Jabbar. She passed away at the age of 42. Now I don't know if she was on the most recent season, and I don't know what
She
her
was.
cause of death was. But
I know.
for any fans of the show, my condolences, and to her family, my condolences to all of you. Jennifer, go ahead.
Um, the main concern for her, don't ask me how I know any of this. I watch random clips of stuff.
Hmm.
But she was on the most recent season, and the thing was that, when people found out that she passed away, they thought it was due to drugs because she did have her struggles
Okay,
with prescription drugs, and
gotcha.
there was that concern. But one of um I think it's one of her cousins.
Mm.
Poss- I think it was actually gave the reason, and it was unfortunately, due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Um,
Wow.
sa- Something to the effect. Please correct me if I'm wrong, everybody. But something to the effect of she's been sleeping. She's been sleepy, and just having those sleep spells. And it sounds like she fell asleep, possibly in the garage with the car running,
Gotcha.
and
Gotcha.
passed
Okay.
away that way. But she says she absolutely wanted to live for her children. You know.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, Bianca said that is so sad. It is
It
because
is
it just 42. That's it.
42. Lord.
Um, Real quick, Mother Vernice says, if people of color don't vote, you are letting my grandmothers and grandfathers down who did not get the right to vote until
That's it.
1965. Thank you so much,
That's
Miss
it right
Vernice.
there, Miss Vernice.
Robin says she died of carbon monoxide poisoning,
Hmm.
and she also said it was her friend who told the story. Thank you. I knew
Gotcha.
somebody would get me right, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's sad because it really came out of nowhere. Really did. I was very surprised.
Absolutely. And another topic that I wanted to shout out really quickly. I don't know if you guys saw this on Instagram, but Mark Jacobs gave flowers to Black women for paving the way in the nail game. He had this message with these like 6 inch long nails. He had a whole collection of nails that he was showing around. And, the trend of nails has always been a thing that I've enjoyed. And I think that's probably the reason why I grow my
Mhm.
nails long, because I enjoy long nails. If you haven't noticed, but I think it's so great for a man of Marc Jacobs' status to give a shout out to the Black women for their nails. It's a cultural thing. It is truly a cultural thing for us, because you really don't see other ethnicities out here with the long nails like you do with the Black women, and I think that's sort of kind of our thing. And I think it's so special to us because you can see it in two different ways. You can see it as just nothing but ghetto trash, or you could see it as a woman expressing herself. That's the way that I choose to see it. Um, One of my favorite arrest videos. I don't want to put a negative connotation on it, but I have to mention this. There was an arrest video out there of this woman. I think the title of the video is "Shoplifter Ruins Her Second Chance." So go look that up on YouTube. But she was caught attempting to shoplift at a Winn Dixie, and the police came up. She wanted to do 3 different transactions for a whole buggy worth of stuff. I don't know exactly where the scam or the scheme was in that whole thing. I still don't understand, even though I've seen that video over 100 times and people reacting to it.
But what you
But
do know,
she was going off with those nails the entire time. They were like 6, 7 inches long. You know what I'm saying? She was real, like, hella ghetto, but it was so amusing to me. And she was so loud. She was so loud. And
you
it was a
know,
joy for me to
it's
see.
it just shows us how diverse we are as African American
Absolutely.
peoples
Absolutely.
from here and there, but you were able to see the beauty in it all.
Yes, absolutely. I'm always looking for the beauty. I'm always looking for
Now,
the
I do
beauty.
have a bit of things to say about this though.
Oh, okay.
So, initially, he Marc Jacobs did the nails thing, and I got this from watching Maddie in the morning. I need you to get on it, you couple of Libras. Y'all do the same things. Let me play devil's advocate. That's what she always says. I think you would really enjoy her. You better watch her.
Okay.
Anyway, so when there was this, I can't say it was a beef. I say it's a misunderstanding with a young homosexual boy. He either he's white or Latino, but he's really, pale colored. But
Okay.
he has the nails as well. And he was saying some disparaging things about the transgender community.
Okay.
And he had to be gathered. But that young man, he was cited for the reason why Marc Jacobs decided to put on the nails.
Okay.
Now, when he came, it sounds like it took enough gathering of Marc Jacobs to be like, let me give these flowers out so they can get off my back.
Gotcha. So was
So
was he was he in any way related or in Marc Jacobs' camp or anything? Did he have anything to do with
absolutely
Marc
not.
Jacobs? Okay.
Everybody is all up in the social medias. People see
Right.
things, and he saw that young man, and he attributed like, oh, he saw it on him. He said, I wanted to do it, but that young man would not give any ups for the black community popularizing
Right.
it.
Long
He was
nails.
saying, well, I'm from the Bronx, so it's like I see it from this one, but it doesn't matter where you've seen it. It's just the fact that you don't know where it came from.
And that's an issue. That is a big
Yes.
issue.
So in that conversation that I saw, they made
Gotcha.
sure to acknowledge, yes, it came from China.
Hmm.
And yes, it's something that was certainly popularized out here in America by the African American community. Um,
Sometimes I don't know how Coco was able to hold her microphone with them long as javelin nails that she had on, child. Like,
them talons.
what? Like, girl. Like, and
It's
they
just the way
was
that it curved out like
it
that.
curled. Like there was a
Hmm.
serious curl in her
Like what?
nail. Like,
It's something else. So wait, hold on. Miss Vernice says that is true with the methadone treatment. the methadone treatment, that's what helps when you do have addiction
Hmm.
to, those oxy whatevers and all that stuff. She was on it, and it will make you fall asleep anywhere. So
Gotcha. Thank you for that
that's
tidbit.
that's what happened. And Miss Vernice says in China, long nails were a sign of wealth, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Because if
Okay.
you must be rich. Because you don't gotta do no manual labor. Ain't no way you can do manual labor with all that you got going on.
Right.
And
Makes sense.
also, Miss Vernice says, I saw that video. He is from the Bronx.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's why Marc Jacobs started, but he had to be informed in that space.
All right. And also, DDG and Halle Bailey officially posted pictures of baby Halo. They were beautiful pictures. The boy looks so cute. I wish I
He's
would have
such
put
a
it in the
cutie.
chat. But yes, and they look like such a beautiful family, even though DDG looks rather gangster in this picture. With these sunglasses on, like
But let me tell you something. He love his family. That's what I do see.
that's a good thing. That's an excellent thing. So let's move on to the other big event that happened over the weekend. The BET Awards happened this past Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. And there was a memoriam. They do memoriams on most of these award shows, and O.J. Simpson was included in the BET memoriam for this past year's BET Awards. And Stephen A. Smith had an issue with it. Obviously, we all know the reason why anyone would have an issue with O.J. Simpson being a part of some type of tribute when O.J. Simpson's name has been dragged through the mud. Um, uh, with validity, rather,
Okay.
mind you. But I understand where Stephen A. Smith is coming from. However, if BET had not done this, there might have been outrage, and I think they just did not want to see that outrage from because
Yeah.
there are people out here that love and support O.J. Simpson regardless. If they know that he did what he did to Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, those poor, those unfortunate souls, not unfortunate souls, but those unfortunate victims
Yeah.
of his evil.
Yeah.
I'm a little on the fence about this because I would not want to pay tribute to a man such as that. It goes to show, are we going to be memorializing Bill Cosby when he goes to be with the Lord? You know what I'm saying? All these questions are very valid.
Yeah.
Were you surprised that they attributed OJ in that memoriam?
I didn't know it happened until Stephen A. Smith complained about it.
Okay. Okay, it's just
uh,
like a 5-minute snippet in the award show. Like if you didn't see it, you'll
yeah.
miss it.
But it's not like they sat there and talked about who he was, how he was. It's just that he is a man that broke barriers.
Hmm.
We can acknowledge that he is a man that possibly, did what he did, possibly. Because, now I'm starting to hear some more conspiracy theories that it could have been his son that did it too. Like, oh my gosh. But there is there's a lot that can be said, but at the very end of the day, he still was a man that had some accomplishments, and I personally believe that through those accomplishments, he got a taste of a life that was great, and I think some bad things came out of it, unfortunately. So, I don't care enough. There we
Right.
go. There's my answer.
Yeah, that's it. Also, during this award show, there was a tribute to Usher for receiving his Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards. I'm so happy that he was able to receive this. And I don't know if you saw the promos for this, but they set it up as if Jermaine Dupri was holding auditions for artists who wanted to perform at this tribute.
That's just a
Um,
bit.
Yeah, I know, but I enjoyed it, and I only saw it because I
Yeah.
followed Duran,
Me too.
and so when I saw his, of course, he was absolutely hilarious in his bit,
And
and
he's
I
the
was
only one I paid attention to.
yeah, exactly. I also saw that other Black woman that is very popular on social media. I don't know what her name is, but she does a lot of ghetto stuff on Instagram and the social media stuff. I don't know what her name is, but yeah, I think she was the one that said my birthday tomorrow. No, that was a man. but she was in that video, My
I know who
Birthday
you're
Tomorrow.
talking about. She
Yes.
just had her baby.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yes, so this tribute was a collection of female artists along with Childish Gambino. If I'm not mistaken, Childish Gambino was the only male artist included in this tribute.
Mhm.
So you had Victoria Monet, you had Tiana Taylor, Kiki Palmer, um, Summer Walker also did a song as well. I don't know if I'm missing any other artists. I have to say that I enjoyed the tribute. It was refreshing to hear these women sing in the original key of these songs, so we got to hear their lower register. You know, I love me some Tiana Taylor, so when she was singing "Good Kisser" and she was dancing with Victoria Monet, and it
Now
was
that was
looking real girl
iconic.
on girl, like it
Come
was
on. I saw somebody
everything.
say, BET got let us see Tiana Taylor and Victoria Monet bump pocketbooks.
Okay, because that's exactly what they was doing. That's exactly what they was
Oh, that
doing,
tickled me.
honey. And it was beautiful for me to see. It really was. And again, I was so happy um, to hear Tiana's voice, her lower register,
Yeah.
singing in the original key. And I love that. I love Kiki Palmer singing "You Make Me Wanna." I thought that was awesome to see as well. What did you think of the tribute? And then we'll move on to the fact that there was a lack of male artists included in that tribute.
It was okay. You know, it had its highlights and there's some moments that it wasn't all that great.
What moments weren't all that great to you, if you don't mind me asking, on live?
Well, I don't believe everybody was prepared or sang as well as I'd like to hear. We're gonna have to move over into this conversation. I did want to see more males because it's not like we often see males uplifting males.
Right.
um, I kind of understand what they were doing somewhat,
Hmm.
but to be honest, I think they did enough with the whole situation with what's her name? Can what's her name? That did You Don't Have to Call?
Um, Childish Gambino.
Okay. What did that was it her?
Kiki
Kenya?
Palmer.
Kiki, yeah, what's she saying?
She's saying, "You make me wanna."
Okay. Kiki, I see why because of what, the situation was with because it's just petty on top of petty. I love it. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Tiana Taylor, no questions asked. Her and Victoria Monet, freaking amazing. And I know she choreographed every bit of it. Absolutely
Okay.
wonderful. Um, but I wanted to see some more males sing. That's
Hmm.
actually the one of the reasons why I do enjoy Usher, is just to hear him sing. So I wanted to hear some more males sing. Miss Vernice said, Chris Brown, Mario, I ain't gonna have Chris Brown on nothing else. Um, and also said Mario and Omarion.
Hmm.
Um, Someone said, there's somebody, so many people said that they were available. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, yeah,
And I feel that that was a misstep. Now, I'm not upset with the really big ones that, performances, but I believe some of them should have been replaced with a man.
yeah. Mario said that he would have killed it if he was asked to be a part of the show. I would have loved to see Mario do it. We all know he got the vocals on deck.
Come
That
on,
was on pure
available.
display during his verses with Omarion. He was out singing everyone on that stage because it sounded like everyone sounded a mess but Mario. But
Ain't
no,
that
no, no,
sad
no.
though?
Sammy sounded good too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sammy did sound good during that verses. I will have to admit that. Sammy did sound good, but I think Mario would have killed it. I would have loved to see Miguel perform for Usher as well. To hear his voice on a Usher track. I think I would have wanted Miguel to sing "You Make Me Wanna." I
Hmm.
think he would do something seriously nice with that.
Yeah.
Maybe jazz it up a little bit. Make it a little bit more
I'm
contemporary.
telling you,
I don't know.
not saying that men do it better. It's just that I wanted to hear some males sing the male songs.
Right,
Um, I think there's nothing wrong with having the females because the female voices that they had were great, but I think it could have been mixed up a little bit
right.
more.
Um, So I don't know if you want to necessarily talk about this particular topic, but Jeremiah and Chris Brown, they had to speak up because the party next door, his ex was in their video, and he had Party next door had an issue with that. And
He
so,
did.
yeah, yes, he definitely did have an issue with that. I don't know what it is with some black men and their jealousy issues. Like they
It's
seem to
not
not.
just black men.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. Men in general, or anyone having jealousy issues. That's male or female. Anyone having jealousy issues is a thing, and y'all need to get over it. Also, Bonnie James. Oh, I'm sorry, Bromy James. LeBron James' son has officially signed with the
Wait, you
Lakers.
went to a whole nother conversation before I
Oh,
could talk about it.
I'm sorry, Jennifer. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You're like, you just want to say it all right now. Anyway, yeah, that whole situation, I believe, is just really stupid, and it just shows how fragile some men are and can be. It's like I'm gonna just leave that there, but we all got to keep our eyes open with who we are.
It's like when you came out as bi, I wanted to root for you, Party Next Door. I really wanted to, be on your team, honey. Another brother in the family. You know what I mean? But you're doing this petty stuff. Is you sound like a jilted lover. Is that the right
Sound like
word?
a hater.
Yes, very much
And
so.
then
That's a
it's
better word.
like, if you got a real problem with your lady being in somebody else's video, why aren't you talking to that lady? Why is it up to somebody else to say, "Uh-uh,
Yeah, because if
ain't you with party?" Mm-mm.
because if she didn't say yes, she wouldn't have been on the video. Nah, I mean, is that she
'Cause she
needed
had to show up and everything.
we had to, give them consent and more than likely sign an NDA because
Yeah,
those things are really closed off before it is actually released. But yeah, that was something else,
that's
child.
weird. And I do want to ask you, did you see the music video for They Not Like Us?
No, I didn't.
It came out on today. I want to thank God for TikTok for letting me know. But Jonathan, that thing's so disrespectful.
You said
You,
it's called "They Not Like Us."
you know that song? Oh gosh, you don't know that Kendrick Lamar song, baby.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you could go ahead, might want to mute yourself or something and look at just a little bit. But I think the most gosh, I can't say crazy. Okay, maybe it's crazy, I don't know. But he actually had an owl, Jonathan. An owl pinata that he was beating and stuff, saying no OV hoes were no OV hoes were injured in the making of this video. Also it was just okay. It's a vibe, right? Who doesn't like that song? Um And one thing also that I liked was at the very end. Well, you'll see the very end, but the song is not too long, so you can sit here and watch it while I talk. Um, oh, let me go through these comments here. We'll talk about it when you get back. Robin says OJ was included in the memorarium, but Joe Madison was not. Ooh, that is a thought. And for all we know, maybe they are trying their best to push. Maybe they're doing it on purpose. I don't know, but to be honest, it's been a long time since I think that thought that the BET Awards got it right. Unfortunately, um, so this went back from when we were talking about Halo and what's her name, Haley, the mermaid, and DDG. It's unfortunate, but they were even talking negatively about that baby. Can you believe that, Jonathan? Yes. They was talking negatively about the baby, which is why certainly understand why for the first full 6 months of that child being out of the womb, they, blurred his face. And it's like to hold back and now expose him to the world, it's like something has me wondering like do they regret it, But God bless them in their journey, but they are so cute. All of them are. They're so cute. He better continue to do her right. He better do her right. Dagnabbit. As Vernice says, this is the year of reveal, the truth about the murders is going to come out. Ooh, all right, Miss Bernice. She also says, yes, OJ used to beat his wife, but I don't believe he to anyone. Okay, thank you for being so nice about that, Miss Vernice, and say the whole word. Appreciate you. She was laughing at us when you flew by that other thing, and she did say Chris Brown, Marion, and Marion. I don't know about Amarion, Miss Vernice.
Yeah. I think he would have been okay for the tribute. However, I don't think he would have stood out because um, at least not vocally. He might have been able to do the choreography like on point. Like, of course, we know Omarion can dance his butt off. However, the vocal side of things would probably be lacking if
I
Omarion were on that stage.
I wholly and fully agree. Um, Miss Vernice says every show that has these memorariums,
Memoriam.
some memoriams. Thank you. Some people are always left out. This is true. You can't have everybody
Absolutely.
on there.
Happens every year. It happens every year.
All
Yes.
right. Okay. So, what are your thoughts about the music video?
I enjoyed it. It's very black, of course, as I would expect from Kendrick
Okay.
Lamar.
Very African
Um,
American.
very
Very
African
Compton.
American, very Compton. Yes, I love the scene with them. The group of black people in the room sitting down in their chairs, and they had on these blue outfits. I loved the dancing in it. I saw
Yeah.
him beating the owl pinata. I really couldn't hear all the words per se, but I got a feeling from it.
hmm
So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
So you're not too aware of the whole song? Like, was he saying the whole thing?
Well, I have an idea
hmm
of the message that he was trying to get across. If that is your question.
Okay. So I see now I need to send you more videos from TikTok.
Okay.
But yeah, he was talking about not only that man, but also his whole camp. So I encourage you to sit and just really listen to what he's saying in
Listen
that.
to the words. Yes.
Yeah, because as the whole world realized, he gives more than just what's surface. There's so many
Right.
layers to the things that he says. So there's a big chance I might find something to where they someone just totally explains the whole thing so that you can get a better, thingy.
Okay.
Miss Vernice says he needs to talk to Trey Songz about who he should have in his video. Stop it. So there was a Did you hear about that with Trey Songz? He had to scrap a video. Um,
No, I didn't.
so there was a song that he did, and they did the video in Spain. But
Hmm.
unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of black ladies that's going to be in Spain. So it was filled with a lot of Spanish beautiful women's. Not saying that is a bad thing that it was filled with a bunch of Spanish beautiful women, but they
Right.
had to scrap it because there were no black women in the whole video
Wow. Oh, if you knew
that you were going.
what you had to work with beforehand, why would you go ahead and work with it anyways when you're just going to scrap it at the end of the day? That don't be making no sense.
Why wouldn't you just bring some women with you?
Right. An assistant, maybe. You ain't gotta hire nobody. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just
Get a random hoe off the street. Tell them you're gonna be in a Trey Songz video. They gonna run it. Okay, airfare and your hotel included.
okay. Sure, we might just rent a house, but you be in that house, you got someplace to stay.
Right.
But if but apparently nobody in that crew was thinking um in that space, and they had to waste money and
Wow.
not release a music video because there weren't enough African American women or just women of color, period, in that video. Miss Fernie said, right. Oh, Miss Kim,
Hey, Miss Kim.
God bless her.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome. All right. So, did you see at the very end the owl in the cage?
Yes.
Yeah, it was it was entertaining. that video to me. But yeah, I want you to take some time to really listen to that song or listen to somebody explain it. And
Okay.
it's going to be full of layers for you. Mhm.
Gotcha. So our next story is that Bromy James, LeBron James's son, he's reportedly agrees to a 4-year, $7.9 million contract with the Lakers. This will be the first time that a father and son will be playing on the same team.
Brawny.
Bronny, thank you. Bronny.
Like LeBron. Brawny.
Bronny. Oh, it's two N's. Bronny. Got you. I'm sorry. Those two N's were stuck together like an M, and I sure enough said it like an M. Bronny James. Wow, what an interesting way to rename yourself. Bronny.
Ain't that something nice?
That's interesting. I do like that. But yeah, it seems like this was set up from the get-go. I'm sure, LeBron has some pull in the Lakers, office. LeBron does what he wants in the NBA. So I think it's going to be amazing for the two of them to be playing on the same team. And then I'm thinking that LeBron James has probably stayed active this long in order
Mhm.
to have this opportunity to play with his son on the same team.
And I'll say this for anybody that was under the impression that, oh no, there's nepotism. Like, child, how did you not think that there wasn't? Okay,
Mm,
sometimes we just need to sit down and keep it real with us with ourselves
okay, and what we
because
do.
yeah, we'll be able to identify with the truth.
Right.
Because ain't no way you gonna be the biggest basketball star in all of the NBA for a very long time. He played with a lot of people. He
Okay.
even
Over 20
played
years.
yeah, didn't he even play with Michael Jordan?
I don't.
I think so, because I think I saw a picture of that. He played with a lot of
Play with a
people
lot of people. Yeah.
because his career, going straight from high school to the NBA,
To Cleveland, right? The Cavaliers.
yeah, it was just I don't even know that's where he was because we don't know enough. Somebody do that homework for us.
It was the
Anyway,
Cleveland Cavaliers.
that's where he started? I didn't think
I
that's where he started. I thought he started in Miami.
no, 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 no. He went from Cleveland to Miami
Oh.
because when he was in Miami, he was playing with
Did he go
those
back to
other.
Cleveland?
Yes, he did go back to Cleveland.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He started out in Cleveland because that's his hometown. So he wanted to play in Cleveland because that's where he was originally from.
I see and I understand. See, I'm going. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh, you're right, Jonathan. You know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. He played with the Cavaliers in 2003, then to
Hmm.
the Miami Heat, then the Cavaliers, and then what we know.
Then LA, I think.
And then in LA, yeah. But people want to talk about nepotism. My thing is this. He still did have to work his way to get the clout that he does have to be able to do that.
Right.
And this is no different than what any of the other people out here is doing when it comes to that. So I have no problem with it. Anybody that feels away, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they need to be working up so that they can bring their children on too. Because I believe that's his right. If he can do it, do it.
And
Uh,
any other man, male player or female player for that matter in the WNBA who has that opportunity to do this, of course they would jump at the chance to. Well,
Who
I don't know if
wouldn't?
all of them would jump at the chance, but there would be others out there who would jump at the chance to do this. So I think that's amazing that they're able to play together, and it would be more amazing if they won a championship together.
Excuse me. My goodness. Miss Kim says I don't follow sports, but I'm excited about the LeBron and Bronny James Laker show.
Yeah, I'm not really into sports like that either, Miss Kim. The only sports that I can sit down and watch are tennis and football. I haven't watched football in a long time though.
I do enjoy
It's been a
football.
long time since I watched me some
Well,
football.
I wouldn't purposely watch football, but I'll watch it if Tyrone watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and with Serena and Venus not really playing as often as they used to, although I do love watching
Coco,
Coco
yeah.
Golf, and Naomi Osaka.
Hmm.
I'm still not caught up with. I know Wimbledon is going on right now. Shout out to all the tennis players over there in England and London, England. But yeah, I've kind of slowed down on tennis as well because not as much
Because you
warrior
used to
sports
be
out
watching
there.
at all times of the night.
Okay, because when they're doing the Australian Open, the matches don't start till 2 a.m., honey. Okay.
Yeah. God bless you and your faithfulness to the tennis. Um, Miss Vernice says, absolutely. She also says, since he was a teenager, yeah, since he was a teenager, he's
Yeah.
been in this. So Miss Kim says, I thought he still played for the Cavs. Oh, Miss Kim. That's so cute. Uh, Miss Kim says, I only watch basketball during the playoffs.
Good. Good. That sounds like an
That
answer I
that
would
sounds like
give.
an opportune time to do so. Okay.
Absolutely, because
Shoot.
you're watching the best of the best.
The best. What's the point of watching any other games?
And I wanted to end off with on a good note. So the
Yay.
Arizona Iced Tea CEO, I'm not even going to attempt to say his name because it
Yes.
looks real Italian-like. But he explains why the price of his drinks have stayed at 99 cents. He said, quote, maybe it's a little way of giving back. In an interview, he was saying some people are, having trouble paying their rent, paying to get food on the table. So who am I as a business owner to just to increase the price of my drinks when what's the reason to just to get more money? I'm already up here. So
Okay.
what's the point of me? Any more would be me just being greedy. And
Mm,
so I love the fact that he's keeping his prices at 99 cents. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Arizona iced tea. I don't really drink
I
them
enjoy them. No,
too
see, I
often.
like the watermelon drink. I like their
Mhm.
fruit punch, and I like their green tea with ginseng and honey. That tastes good.
The only sweet tea, like commercial sweet tea that I was into was the brisk lemon iced
I don't
tea.
know how.
I used to love me some brisk lemon iced tea, honey. Like this, when I say refreshment, like that drink was refreshing, especially when it was cold straight out the vending machine, honey. It was
It
everything.
sounds like you need to try the Arizona on a Palmer then.
Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer. Yeah, they have one. If it sounds like that would be more for you. But
Okay,
I certainly agree with Miss Vernice. God will continue to bless him. That was the first thing on my mouth.
absolutely.
God will bless him and continue to bless him. And I bet you he has some super loyal behind workers that will not leave Arizona and will give them their best
Right.
because of this thought process right here. Miss Kim says that interview was amazing. I love Arizona teas. Wish more CEOs adopted this philosophy.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's showing an example of how you should govern yourself when you're
Okay,
in those spaces of leadership, and he's doing
absolutely.
great.
And Miss Fernie says, Jonathan, I'm with you.
Yes,
But after this interview and seeing so many bits and pieces of it and hearing how he feels about it, I feel even the more encouraged to patronize Arizona teas because he
right.
deserves it.
Yes. So Jennifer, go ahead and give us your social media contacts so we can get up out of here. I did not expect this video to go a whole hour long, y'all. I really
A-
didn't.
as we usually don't. I am what's the name? I'm Delilah Leo. Okay. You can go ahead and follow me at on TikTok. That's where I'm at. You will not see me on Instagram for some reason. It just is what it is. But I am also on Instagram as at Delilah Leo. And go ahead and follow my channel. Excuse me. At the Light of the Leo. That's on YouTube. They were talking about bettering ourselves, doing the work so that we can push forward in our greatness. So please join me for that at the Light of the Leo. And yeah, like I said, if you want to hit me up, you can hit me up on the about to say the YouTubes. Hit me on YouTube as well as the TikToks. That's what I'm paying attention to.
Awesome. You guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Jojo underscore speaks 3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. My Cash App is $ Jonathan Lee 07. That's Jonathan Lee 07, JONATHANLEE 07 if you would like to donate to the channel. Quick announcement. On Monday, I will be starting a 90 Day Fiance review with Dustin. Dustin, who you've seen in the chats, we will be doing our 90 Day Fiance review on my channel. It's currently on hold with the Juice Radio and Talk Show, but the show still goes on. So we will start reviewing 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After starting this Monday, and it will begin at 6 p.m. So be on the lookout for that. 6 p.m. this Monday, 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After review. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Join us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. But until then, we'll say bye for now. Have a wonderful evening and an awesome, amazing weekend. We love y'all.
We love y'all. Bye.
Bye, y'all.